It is great to be back in Melbourne, the major events capital of Asia Pacific. The sun is shining as we welcome you to Melbourne Park, wherever you're watching around the world on Foxtel here in Australia and also ESPN in the United States. We're here to announce the rematch, one of the most important fights on the international calendar this year. Hi everybody, I'm Warren Smith. Thanks for your company this morning. Melbourne time, of course. I'd like to begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. And I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are with us here today. Thank you all for joining us for this massive announcement. And to tell you more about it, right off the top, would you welcome the Minister for Tourism, Sport and Major Events, the Honourable Steve Deportes.
We are so proud and so chuffed to announce something big today, the world title fight rematch between George Kambosos Jr. and Devin Haney, right here in Melbourne, on Sunday the 16th of October. Last time these two got in the ring together was in June, this year in Melbourne also, and it was a capacity crowd. 42,000 people came to watch these two fight. And this is a chance for a repeat match or a revenge match where Devin gets to fight for his title. We're really excited about this, and the Victorian government is backing this because it matters to boxing fans, it matters to this sports-mad city that we are. We get a lot of people attending sporting events here in Melbourne because we love our sport. And boxing is one of the special ones, and we expect a sellout crowd for this on the 16th of October. So welcome everybody on the Sunday the 16th of October. And when you're here, stay for the MotoGP in Phillip Island, also in the same state, and a whole bunch of other events that are happening at the bottom half of this year. We're really looking forward to this event. Local Greek Australian boy, George, wanting to fight for the title against Devin, and we encourage everybody to come down to Melbourne. We expect thousands of people to come from the rest of Australia like they did last time. In fact, 20,000 people last time came from other parts of the country and overseas, and we expect similar crowd attendances from other parts of Australia here for this match on the 16th of October. We're backing it because it matters to sports-mad fans. We're backing it because it matters to boxing, but we're backing it because it matters to businesses. When people come here, they spend money in businesses. As Warren said, the sun is shining. October the weather will be warmer, and there's a lot to do in Melbourne. We warmly welcome you to Melbourne. There's a lot of stuff to do here beyond the boxing match. Food and restaurants and beaches. Come down. Look forward to it. Thanks very much.
I'll take you up on your offer, Stephen, of heading to the GP. I love Phillip Island. It's a great part of the world. Now, right across the road at Laver Arena on Sunday, October 16 here in Australia, we'll bring you the rematch for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship of the World. It's the undefeated Devin the Dream Haney against George Ferocious Kambosos Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
Ready, set, I'm already gone. On the way to a million. Grind hard, put the city on. Word.
Whoa, nice. There's a right uppercut. Beautiful shot right up the middle. But right now, Kambosos is extremely dangerous. He's still hot. Nice shot right there, right hand, crisp on the inside. These moments, Tess, is about winning. That's it, winning.
Now on a different level, going to the tie.
King of the lightweights, shocked the world with his Spartan warrior ethos.
Going to the tie.
I've always been about fighting the best, and I gave him a shot. We do it again.
Of course I'll do it again. I'm not ducking or dodging nobody.
I never stop. Go to the top. Go to the top. Go.
Yes, in less than 2 months, 15,000 fans at Laver Arena, and of course millions right around the world on Foxtel here in Australia and also ESPN in the United States will once again take in the undefeated Devin Haney, who defends his Undisputed Lightweight Championship of the World against Australia's George Kambosos Jr. This morning, George will join us right here in the venue. And with me, of course, live via satellite, Devin the Dream Haney and his father and trainer Bill will also join us from Los Angeles, as well as two legends of the boxing scene right around the world. They are famous names from Top Rank, their CEO and founder Bob Arum, and also George's manager Lou DiBella as well. This event is promoted by DiBella Entertainment, Top Rank, Ferocious Promotions, Devin Haney Promotions, Duco Events and TEG Sport. And to tell us more about what we can expect on October 16 here in Melbourne, I'd like to welcome Rachel Carroll, Managing Director of TEG Sport and Experience.
Thank you, Warren. To Minister Demopoulos, Minister for Tourism, Sport and Major Events, CEO Brendan McClements of Visit Victoria and CEO of MOPT, John Harnden. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Now let's just take a moment to reflect on the significance of this. This will be the second time within 5 months that Melbourne will host the Undisputed Lightweight World Championship. That is huge. These are few and far between events, and there's 2 of these happening in Melbourne within a 5-month period. It is absolutely huge. And this time in the wonderful Rod Laver Arena. And Aussie fans, you know, RLA, Rod Laver Arena needs no introduction. But for our US fans, and when we started discussing the venue with our US promoters, Top Rank and DiBella and ESPN, oh, Rod Laver, yeah, the tennis. So this is, again, a really well-recognised venue. It's going to be smaller. It's going to be intimate. A lot of boxing fans are going to love that. Now, there's been billed as repeat or revenge. Will Devin Haney repeat that jab, fighting from the outside, controlling it from the outside? Or will it be revenge for George Kambosos Jr.? What I do know is never, ever underestimate George Kambosos Jr. He's done it before, he can do it again, and this is everything on the line for him. Whilst the event is certainly about the main event and the main fighters, we're working incredibly hard at the moment to secure our undercard. And again, we can assure you an exciting and stacked undercard of fights. This is a full Sunday of world-class boxing, culminating in Haney v Kambosos. These things don't happen without a lot of partnership and a lot of hard work. And I'd like to take this moment to thank Visit Victoria and the Victorian Government for the huge support in making this event happen. You know, it's second time in 5 months. And when we look at the results of what the first fight delivered, as you heard, 42,000 fans, of which close to half came from outside the state of Victoria. You know, boxing at the very top level attracts a truly global audience and truly global interest, and we look to do that again. To Melbourne Olympic Park Trust and John Harnden and the team, great to be working with you and the team here at this fantastic precinct. And all of the promoters, you heard them rattle off a bunch of names. You know, Top Rank and the legendary Bob Arum, DiBella Entertainment and Lou DiBella, who just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Duco Events, TEG Sport, Foxtel Main Event, our great partners locally, and ESPN. Let's not forget how many households this will go into around the world and across America. It's a great partnership between all the promoters that have made this happen. And it's great to even be delivering this launch event on 2 sides of the world at the same time. As I said, a smaller, more intimate stadium. What that means is we do expect this will sell out quickly. We would encourage everybody to get onto the pre-sale at tegsport.com.au and make that a priority today. However, corporate packages are on sale now. If you want a ringside seat, now is the time to get it. vipnow.com.au. So it's best of luck to our 2 fighters, and here we go again, and here's to an epic Sunday come October 16th. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Rachel. As you said, an event like this doesn't happen without the experience and the knowledge of 2 legends of the world of boxing promotion. I speak, of course, of Bob Arum and also Lou DiBella, George Kambosos' promoter. And Lou and Bob join us via satellite from Los Angeles. Gentlemen, great to see you this morning. Thanks for taking some time out to talk about this rematch. And Lou, if I could begin with you. The boxing fans of Melbourne and Australia brought the city alive back in June, as Rachel said. I'm sure you're looking forward to a return here in October and another massive event.
You know, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really thankful to the Victorian government for having us back and showing us the same kind of hospitality and desire to do a big event that they did the last time. We had 42,000 people. It was an incredible crowd, one of the biggest ever in Melbourne for boxing. And it showed not only is Melbourne a great city, but Melbourne's an incredible sports city. And we're really looking forward to coming back. And this should be a sensational fight. I expect it to be much better than the first fight, because in the first fight, frankly, George couldn't do anything. His game plan didn't work. He wasn't really himself. And Devin Haney dominated that fight and did what he pretty much wanted to do. I do not believe George is going to make it so easy for him this time. I think that George is going to take chances. I think he's going to show you why he's nicknamed the Spartan Warrior. I think Devin's going to try to put an exclamation point on his undisputed status. I think he's going to try to show people he's pound for pound and that he could beat George even more convincingly. But I think there's going to be a lot more fireworks. I think it's going to be a sensational fight, and Bob and I are going to make sure that there's a sensational undercard. It
was a great promotion last time around and a terrific undercard as well. Lou, you called Devin's performance in that first fight just about perfect. Can George really overcome him this time?
George is going to have to take chances. George is going to have to, fight through a jab. Devin showed a pretty good blueprint for how, he can beat George Kambosos. But George did not fight his fight, and he's going to have to get out there and fight his fight. And he's a warrior. He's going to try to walk through the fire this time. He knows what he has to do. He has to fight a different fight. I expect him to fight a different fight. I expect a lot more fire in this fight. When you see more fire, there's more risk. Either man can score a knockdown. Either man can hurt the other. If George is really going to commit himself to going after Devin, we're going to see some fireworks.
Of course, the fight itself, all the belts are on the line, but there's also the prospect for the winner of a blockbuster encounter against Vasily Lomachenko, who will make his return to boxing pretty soon as well, also in October. That makes this a life-changing fight for both Devin and George this time around, doesn't it, with Lomachenko out there on the horizon?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to say that Vasily has arrived in the United States with his entire family, and they set up training in the Los Angeles area, and Vasily will have his first fight back on October 29th, and I look forward to matching the winner of the fight between Haney and Kambosos against Lomachenko in the first quarter of next year.
Bob, you've seen a lot of rematches in your time.
I also want to say, too...
Yes, Bob?
Right. Yeah, I want to talk about rematches. People say, who really don't follow boxing the way I do and the way Lou does, why do a rematch? But I go back to history. I mean, people who were around then remember that Joe Frazier dominated Muhammad Ali in their first fight. And when the rematch came, Ali clearly was the better man and won the rematch. More recently, Sugar Ray Leonard, facing Roberto Duran in Montreal, lost to Duran convincingly. And 5 months later, when they did the rematch, Leonard proved to be the superior fighter and not only won the fight, but made Duran quit. So rematches can be even more interesting than the original fight. I really believe both fighters are going to bring this and give a great, great fight to the public, not only all the fans in Melbourne, but the millions of people watching around the world.
Bob, you predicted the result of the first fight back in June, and you encouraged George not to take this fight, but you must respect the fact that he's determined to right the wrongs of June and come out as a winner this time around.
If he approaches the fight differently, he has a good chance. If he fights the same fight that he fought last time, he has no chance. So we'll have to see which George Kambosos shows up, the one who fought and beat Teofimo Lopez, or the one who fought from the outside and wasn't aggressive against Devin Haney.
It will be fascinating.
I'm
There's no
expecting to
question
see a
about that.
different George Kambosos, and I'm expecting to see a better fight.
Yep, there's no question about that. I think George will come with a slightly different tactic this time around. We'll find out this morning from the man himself, who will join us very shortly here in Melbourne. Bob, you made some headlines this morning tweeting, speaking of Ali and Frazier, as you did a moment ago, that you're going to try and match Alexander Usyk, of course, who just defended his heavyweight championship, against Anthony Joshua, up against Tyson Fury. You must have very deep pockets, because that fight's going to cost you plenty if you can make the match.
Well, we're going to first stop is we're going to go to the government of Victoria and see what's in their treasury to see if we can do it in Australia. But no, that's a tremendous match for boxing, and I think boxing fans around the world can't wait to have one undisputed heavyweight champion, which they'll have after Usyk and Fury fight.
Well, we'll pass around the hat here this morning and see if what we can come up with as far as Usyk versus Fury in Melbourne at some stage in the future. Before I let you go both, Lou, last time around back in June, I think at the end of the fight, we set a world record for the amount of people in the ring. Can we limit it to maybe just 2,000 or 3,000 this time after the fight in the ring?
Oh, we're going to make sure there are fewer people in the ring after the last experience. You can count on that one.
Thank you, Lou. It's quite the scene. It was great, of course, back in June. It'll be great here at Rod Laver Arena, also at Melbourne Park in October. October 16 is the date once again. Thank you both. Can't wait to see you back in Melbourne in a couple of months' time.
Yeah, last time I was here, there was no sun. All right? I was here. I was delighted when you said that the sun is out now in Melbourne, and in October we'll have getting to have summer weather. So I can't wait to experience the real great weather in Melbourne.
I promise, Bob, you'll leave with a tan when you leave here in October. Lou DiBella and Bob Arum joining us live from Los Angeles. That is great, via satellite. Two legends of the world of boxing. It's time to introduce the fighters now. This is the rematch. It's coming right here on Foxtel's Main Event and also ESPN.
Here we go again. Sunday, October 16, live from Melbourne's Rod Laver Arena, the rematch. The undisputed lightweight world champion, Devin Haney, versus George Kambosos. Humbled, but never broken. Thought he was ferocious before? Get out of here. This was supposed to be Kambosos' homecoming party. That smiling assassin had other ideas. Every moment since, he's been driven by revenge, by pain, by the relentless pursuit to prove he's the best in the world again. But this is the guy with all the belts. The youngest undisputed champion of the four-belt era. There's a reason they call Devin Haney the Dream. This undefeated American became a global superstar with a 12-round masterclass of speed, precision, movement. What about that jab? Sunday, October 16, live from Melbourne, the career-defining rematch for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship of the world. This is payback. And the only place you'll see it, your undisputed home of big-time boxing, Main Event.
In a moment, we'll be crossing back live to Los Angeles to speak to Devin the Dream Haney and his father and trainer, Bill Haney. But right now, joining us here this morning in Melbourne, would you please welcome the former world champion, George Kambosos Jr.
Set me free or give me death, yeah. Living good, I've been blessed, yeah. Shout out on my enemy, all the best. You can set me free or give me death, man, I'm on my way.
George, thanks for being with us this morning. Terrific to see you back in Melbourne. Describe what life has been like since that day back in June, which didn't turn out, of course, the way you planned.
First of all, thank God. I'm blessed to be back here. My orthodox belief in my corner as well. So I'm very blessed to be back here. Life has been good. Life has been simple. Life has been quiet, just the way I was before becoming a champion. So I'm very blessed to get this opportunity, very humbled by it, and I can't wait. It's going to be a good show, and October 16 is where I'll do my talking.
You've always said you were the underdog, no matter the fight or the circumstance. How comfortable are you being a true underdog this time around?
Yeah, it's very nice. That's my whole career where I've been an underdog. So, this is nothing new for me now. This is a good position I'm in, and October 16th is where it will happen.
We heard a moment ago from Lou DiBella and also Bob Arum, who had their thoughts on what happened in the first fight. From your point of view, what went wrong in that first fight?
Yeah, look, it is what it is. The changes will be made. I'm sure Haney's going to make more changes as well. And, I look forward to doing my talking in the ring. I'll be very focused and I will be showing up October 16th. I just hope, for the fans, for the love of the sport, that, we give a good fight. We give an action fight, not a fight where, there's a lot of holding and less action. So it'll be exciting, and October 16th is where I'll do my talking. When you watched the fight back, was that a concern of yours that there was a lot of holding in that fight and the referee allowed Devin, when you would advance or trying to work out of a clinch, the referee was quick to call a break? Yeah, look, it's my momentum was never able to let go. But look, I'm not going to take it away from Devin. Fantastic win. He's a man of his word. Him and his father, they will come back, give me the shot like I gave them a shot. But, the hard-working fans, they pay a lot of money for a good action fight. So, I just hope that this referee this time does justice for the fight and, lets the fight, go the way it's meant to be. But, that's in the past now. I'll focus on one thing. Devin showed, of course, that he's a very good defensive boxer. I think we knew that before the first fight. How do you break it down this time? That's for me and my small team, to work out, which we're already doing. And October 16th, you're going to have to tune in. But he's a good fighter. He's a good champion. I look forward to testing my skills. A lot of people are not excited about the rematch, but as a former champion, as a fighter, how could I pass up on this opportunity? As a father, as a role model for my 3 kids, when the going gets tough and unfortunately you don't succeed in something, you just throw it in. I want to be the best role model for my 3 kids, so I had to take this rematch, and I'll be very excited for October 16th. Devin was able to take the crowd, that massive crowd at Marvel Stadium, out of the equation pretty much in the early rounds. That didn't help your cause, but a compact 15,000 at Rod Laver Arena, the atmosphere with your supporter group, of course, the Hellenic Club, it could be raucous in Rod Laver Arena. That can only be to your advantage. Yeah, look, unfortunately, the crowd was taken out. There was no momentum in the fight, due to certain things, but that's in the past. Rod Laver is going to be beautiful, beautiful arena. I've had the privilege to watch, the tennis here. And, it's an amazing arena, 15,000, 16,000. It's going to be jam-packed. Total different atmosphere. This is a Coliseum, and, the underdog is back. Stay with us. It's great to have you back here in Melbourne, as I said this morning. But joining us right now live via satellite from Los Angeles is the undisputed, undefeated lightweight champion of the world in Devin the Dream Haney and his father and trainer, Bill Haney. Gentlemen,
great to see you. You're looking terrific, and we can't wait to see you back here in Melbourne, of course, on October 16. You heard George's comments there. Any reaction off the top, Devin, after what you heard from George?
Oh, I mean, I just want to thank God Allah for, me being here, me and my dad being here. This is another great opportunity for us. We're happy to be here to defend our belts that we worked so hard for. And my attitude hasn't changed. I got a lot of respect for George, and I look to, put on another great performance and show how much I've improved since the last fight. After the last fight, we haven't stopped working. We've been critiquing our performance, and we're going to come in even better this time around.
Bill, you made an unplanned but very theatrical and grand entrance at the 11th hour last time around back on June 5 and the night before the fight itself. I'm guessing you're going to be here for the entire camp this time around?
Yes, sir. Inshallah. That God willing, I'll be able to be there every step of the way. Thank you to the Victorian government who did a great job in getting me over. I thank them, and I thank the Australian people and Top Rank, Lou DiBella, and everyone that put an effort into getting me over there to help my son. It was an incredible time. We had a short-lived celebration, and then we went right back to work. We don't take anything away from the Kambosos team, and we know that they're going to come determined and very hungry.
Devin, it was only a 16-day camp before the fight here in Melbourne last time around. What are the plans? When will you arrive in Melbourne this time for the rematch?
Yeah, I know that it's going to be summertime there, so we're going to do a full 3-week camp there just to get acclimated to the humidity and the weather because it'll be winter here and summer there. So, yeah, 3 weeks.
I can guarantee you won't need heaters in the gym this time around. I know it was a bit chilly for you last time. We promised it'll be much warmer in Melbourne in October. When you looked back at the fight, how did you appraise your performance? What did you see that really impressed you?
I mean, I put on a great performance for what, George Kambosos brought to the table. But this fight, I feel like it will be even better because I know George is going to come to fight. He's going to give it his all, even more than he did the first time. So it'll make for me to be able to showcase my skills even more. And it'll be better this time around for me.
You proved, of course, with that victory and taking all the belts here in June that you were the best lightweight in the world. What did that mean to be undisputed and now undefeated?
It was a dream come true for me to become undisputed, my name be mentioned with the greats. But it doesn't stop there. I want my name to be mentioned with the greats still. I want my name to be mentioned with Pernell Whitaker. He was undisputed, but he defended his belts, as undisputed. And I want to do the same thing. I want my name to be with those guys who defended the belts. And I will be the youngest to defend the belts and come out victorious, inshallah.
Devin, we heard Bob Arum a moment ago say that Vasily Lomachenko is now in the United States and preparing for his return to the boxing ring after being part of the Ukrainian effort in the war at the moment, of course, over there. And that fight is out there on the horizon now. It's a massive, massive chance for you to go up against one of the greatest of all time.
Oh, absolutely. For Vasily Lomachenko to come to the United States and overcome everything that he's done, and then to get in the ring. So these guys are warriors. Lomachenko is a good fighter, but I know that it's something special about Devin. But right now we have George Kambosos on the menu for October the 16th, and that's what it is. Our focus is 100% on him. And Devin making history. This is an historic fight for Devin in the sense of that no one in the four-belt era, other than Pernell Whitaker, has ever got the belts and defended them. So it's a great opportunity to add to his legacy by going over to Australia and doing it in front of the Australian fans once again.
George, I'll ask you also, Vasily Lomachenko. You were talking about Lomachenko.
To add to that.
Yes, Devin.
Yeah, to add to that, at the end of the day, my main focus right now is George Kambosos, and then after, I'm victorious, I'm gonna leave it up to my dad and, let him choose and let him see how I look, and because at the end of the day, he's been there since day one. He knows me better than anybody, so he feels like, I'm fit enough and my weight is good and I could stay and fight. Then we'll do it. But it's all up to my dad, my coach, and we'll see what's next. But right now, our main focus is George Kambosos and, going back to Australia and doing it once again to, perform at the top level as best as I can for the Australian fans and the Australian people, and to go in there and have fun.
We can't wait to see you back here, George. Also, similarly, I guess it's very much for fighters, one fight at a time. But Lomachenko, that's a big carrot out there, isn't it?
Yeah, look, my focus is on one person. I don't even think about Lomachenko. Devin Haney is the only person in my mind. But a lot of respect for my orthodox brother in Lomachenko, and I wish him all the best. And I know he's got a fight coming up, so I hope that he's victorious, and we'll see down the line. But for now, there's only one man that I'm focused on. That's Devin Haney.
Devin, you are a fairly big body to fight in the 135-pound division in the lightweights. Is there a chance that maybe this, or you only have maybe one or two more fights in the lightweight division? Where are you as far as potentially moving up?
Yeah, we just got to see. We take it one fight at a time. And like I said, it's up to my dad. If my dad, feels like, my weight cut is going good and I'm looking strong, then we'll stay. But if not, then we're going to move up. But it all starts here. Our main focus right now is George Kambosos, and it starts here. I got to be victorious in this fight, and then we move forward. But right now I know George is hungrier than ever. And he's going to come in there and he's going to give it his all. So I'm going to be ready for whatever he brings to the table. And, yeah.
Speaking of weight, George, we had the hiccup, of course, at the weigh-in. We were fractionally over the 135-pound limit last time around in June. How much of an issue was that? Was there any issue in the result of the fight?
There's little mistakes were made, but, you correct your mistakes. I really got to thank, Devin and obviously Bill, for their victory, because you get to look at yourself at a whole other level, and you remove the baggage and you focus on what you do best. So, a loss is great, and little mistakes were made in that way, and I made the way. It only took 10-15 minutes, but not the way I like to do business, not the way I've ever done business in my whole professional career. And scales were right or wrong. This time will be a different story.
I'm sure it will be as far as the weigh-in. We'll open the floor to media questions now, and we have one over here.
Hi, my name's Melissa Woods from Australian Associated Press. My question for George, physically you came through that fight in good shape. Did it take you a while to get over the fight mentally? Were you feeling quite low after it, and have you sort of come back from that? Okay.
No, straight away when I went to the dressing room, I was happy. For me, I take every experience as it is. I hadn't lost in about 10, 11 years since the amateur days. So for me, it's an experience. And like I said, I thank Devin for giving me that experience. And it's a time to reflect, on the mistakes, on the things that are not right. And I got to go back to the person that got to become world champion, Ferocious. So, no, there was no upset. Obviously, everyone wants to win, especially in front of your home crowd. But, I go back to what I do best.
And the lightweight division, obviously, it's a really hot division. We've talked about Lomachenko and Ortiz and the other fighters in the division. Do you feel like that perhaps this is a case of now or never? Like you really do need to take your chance? Your promoters talked about, bringing the fire. Is that what we're going to see?
Yeah, look, the lightweight division is, like I've said, such an unbelievable division. And, me and Devin have been in the ring together. We made a big fight happen. We're going to do it again. Me and Lopez done the same thing. So you can see from my side that I'm always chasing the biggest and best fights. I saw a funny photo of the four kings, and it's funny that half of them I've fought. Beat one, obviously lost to the other one, but focus on beating him this time. It's a great division, but for me, yes, I'm 29. This is do or die for me now. You will not see me if I don't overcome this fight back in Australia fighting, domestic guys. That's not me. So everything I have, I'll be putting it to that ring and obviously my training and, God willing, I'll be victorious October 16th.
And just one for Devin. I mean, how has life changed for you as undisputed world champion since that victory here last time?
Life hasn't changed for me. At the end of the day, I'm still the same person, still the same fighter. At the end of the day, I knew that I was going to win, so it's not a surprise for me. It just made me hungrier because it's hard to get the belts, but it's even harder to keep them. So I know that a lot of people want my head even more now, so it made me even more hungrier.
Devin, what was the reaction back in Las Vegas when you did return home? How much recognition was there on the streets? I guess you were sporting the bling that was ever present after the fight as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great, reaction from the world. A lot of the people around the world was supporting me, so I was happy that I was able to bring the belts back. And but it doesn't stop there. Now we got to defend the belts, and that's what's most important now.
And apart from the fight itself, what was your favourite part of your time here in Melbourne back at the end of May and early June?
Seeing all the Muslim people that were supporting me, the indigenous people that were supporting me, I gained so many fans, so many, new fans, and met a lot of great people there, and I look forward to coming back.
Well, we can't wait to see you back, of course. It's only 53 days away, the fight itself. Devin, thanks for your time this morning. Can't wait to see you back here. Bill, likewise, a less stress-free experience coming around next time in October. Thanks for your time this morning.
Yes, sir.
Devin Haney and Bill Haney joining us live from Los Angeles for this announcement this morning of Haney versus Kambosos 2. George, thanks for your time this morning also. You said there that this is pretty much it. That's a big statement to make that, should you lose this fight, it could be the end.
It's been like that my whole career, though. For the Lopez fight, for the Selby fight, even against Bay back in the day. It's always been like that. The only time it changed is the first fight with Haney, where in the back of your mind you do have that rematch clause. It wasn't do or die. That's not when I'm at my best. So, do or die for me, it is. It could be the last time you ever see Kambosos, or I got all the belts back.
That would be quite something, of course. What a story that would be after you shocked the world, of course, in Madison Square Garden against Teofimo Lopez. It would be great to see you do what you can do in the ring as well as you can do it. Of course, the date to remember is Sunday, October 16, live on pay-per-view here in Australia on Main Event and also in America. And the fight will once again be available on ESPN, ESPN Deportes and ESPN Plus. Corporate hospitality, including ringside seats, are on sale now through VIPnow.com.au. You can also join the wait list for pre-sale general admission tickets this Thursday. Register now at tegsport.com.au. And general admission tickets go on sale this Friday at 1 p.m. also at tegsport.com.au. Thank you all for joining us here this morning. Can't wait to see you back in Melbourne at Laver Arena on October 16. It is just 53 days and counting. It will be Devin the Dream Haney up against George Ferocious Kambosos for, once again, the Super Bowl in the lightweight division.